c'est la pandémie. This is going to be a cooking video with a cook with me style. So depending on the order, it will be the first video or not. This is what we're going to cook. Now, of course, this is added later. The principle is simple. Given that you have those ingredients, you should be able to follow me to cook this recipe, and it should take about 30 minutes, but you see the video duration. It's going to be a bit longer here since I'm going to explain to you, but like if I did it myself, just without any pressure, nothing like no video, no explanation, it will take about 30 minutes. Just explaining the ingredients, what you need and what you may live without. So you will need some chilies. That is just required because it's a spicy dish. Garlic, pretty much required. Tomato, definitely required. I like to put some basil leaves. It is optional, but it changes the flavor quite significantly, like good or bad, up to you. Pasta, obviously. And we're going to add some more things to give like more flavor, just not like spicy tomato. That's not that great. So we're going to add some bacon and mushrooms. And also for topping, like at the end, you probably want some Parmigiano or some cheese that makes it a bit more creamy. And also, if some people find it a bit spicy, this is the best way to make it a bit more mild. For the quantity of chilies, by the way, those are like peri-peri chilies. Let me show you some of that. There. I need to put the light a bit different location. So here, those. Let me move the light actually. Ooh. There we go. Those chilies. So those are tiny, but they're pretty hot. So don't keep them in the dish at the end. Okay, prepare those ingredients. If you have them, come back to this video and we should be able to cook it. I will start by making the mushrooms because I don't have 3 stoves. So I will cook the mushroom first and then I will be able to boil the water. Let me move that parmesan on the side for now. This is butter, don't mind it. Mushroom, I tend to wash it just briefly, like put it on a little bit of water, but not all the time. Like sometimes just, if they're really clean, I would say not doing almost anything. Like here I'm just like washing a bit of what is on the top of some of them, and yeah, the rest is totally fine. This one more, there we go. I don't mind to have I want to keep the flavor. I don't want to remove the flavor. Knife, I like to keep it sharp. For the mushrooms, you basically have 2 ways. Either you cut the stem out or you just like pop it out. Both ways work. And then like in rather large pieces like this, because we're going to like fry it and it will reduce a lot. And I want to keep a lot of something that is like visible. We're not making something like tiny. We want to have the flavor of the mushroom come out sometimes when eating. It's going to be very spicy already. So if they're too small, it's just going to blend completely inside the dish, which I think is a bit of a waste. I prefer to have it separate. By the way, if you like, I'm going to make a simpler version, which is that those will be cooked in the sauce. But if you like, you can already grill those right now. Start grilling them and it will make them more crispy, and add them at the end instead of putting them in the sauce and cooking with the sauce. Just adding them at the end, like crispy, and when we are going to toss everything together. If you like it more crispy, that is a great choice. I'm just making the simpler version so that you see how it goes. But if I did it, I probably would do the crispy version. That's my favorite. So let me just get here those mushroom out quickly. And there we go. Wow. So this was a box of, I guess you saw it, it was around 200 grams and you prepared it before. So hopefully you cannot change it now. And just cutting, let me make it one more time here, done. done. Here, mushroom are ready. Let me take this one, frying pan. Going to make it hot. So this one, by the way, it is clean. It's just a steel pan. That's why you see that layer. It's like cast iron. So it is perfectly clean. Don't worry about it. It's not the black because I left it dirty at all. It's just great for frying. So once it is hot, the main difference is that I need to have it hot. Once it is hot, I'm going to put the mushrooms in. During that time, I will boil some water just to speed things up when we're going to cook the pasta. Large amount of water. That's going to be quick. And we're going to start frying. Like preparing the sauce. There. Not yet hot enough. I need a bit more. I'm not heating it at very strong heat. Like this is 2 out of 10. It's rather strong as an induction, but still, it's not very strong strength because I don't want to bend the pan. Right? If you heat it too strong every time, after a while it will like make it a spinning pan, which is like not flat, and then you can make it spin. It's not a spinner. Okay, you don't want a spinning pan. For the garlic, about 4 cloves should be fine. 4 garlic cloves. So while we are at it, I will just start frying this first. Rather low, 500 watt here. Yes, this is a stainless steel wok, which I find awesome to make sauce as well for many things. If you don't have that, no problem. You really don't need a wok. You can use any pan, like a saucepan, for example. This works perfectly fine. Given I love induction and I like wok cooking, this is perfect for me. So here we'll leaving them a little bit. I want them to slightly change color, get a bit darker red. It will flavor the olive oil a lot. It will keep after in the sauce, and not only it will darken them a little bit, but it will also make them easier to grab at the end and give more flavor, because we're going to remove them. During that time, like little press on the garlic makes it much easier to peel them. Remove both sides. Yeah. That one is really troublesome. Always the case. It's actually looking weird, that's why it is troublesome. This garlic is not good. Next. The green garlic. I don't remember the last time I had like a green garlic like that. Wow, this one is also pretty weird. Hell. That looks pretty green to you? Yeah, right. Nah. Don't want green garlic. Hell, maybe it's pandemic, but still not a reason to have green garlic. I have a bad batch here. A bad head. Yeah, the whole garlic head here is like pretty green. Okay, I'll cut the green out of this. Now, my pan I'm pretty sure is hot. The other one is just slowly heating up. 500 watt is not so much. Yeah, this is somewhat better. It's way too green. Yeah, border is hot. It's ready. For mushroom, actually, I like butter way more. Just find it makes it much more flavorful. This is awesome. This fish spatula is awesome. They're going to get brown very quickly if I don't put the mushroom, but I want it to be a bit everywhere. And now tossing the mushroom. There we go. I'm not turning the stove fan right now, simply to avoid some noise for you, but if you're there, please turn it on. Good. I'm done with the butter. That was only for that. If you don't, put olive oil, put some other oil. Back in the fridge. This is still not changing color so far. It's hot, but not that much. Good. I need some more garlic. I'm going to take from another one because heck, green garlic. Thanks, but no. Press a bit. Remove one side. There. Really easy. The other one. That is quite a lot of garlic. If you like less, sure, put less. I mean, I like quite strong. Now this is starting to, whoop, sorry for the noise. This is slowly starting to get brownish. It still takes quite some time. The mushroom will eat the oil really quickly. Here, so you see, it still needs time. By the way, one that is not right. Wash my hands. So garlic, there are different ways to do it. There are lots of ways. They're all fine. I'll just make some slices so that it's easier to remove them because my kids don't like the garlic. I want the flavor mostly in the sauce. I don't want, and it's about the same flavor with most cuttings if you cook it long. Sure, it will change. Like if you make it like a puree, kind of like very, very thin, and you add it more late, keep it more raw, it will be different. But else, yeah, it is quite a lot. So this is the garlic, like here, trying to show you like a lot of thin slices, about like there. This is a rather big one, but like it will make some slices so it can be removed at the end. Not yet, but almost. Like here you can see it is slightly darkish. That's good enough. Like I think that's good enough. I'll just toss a bit over the mushroom so that they get brown a bit everywhere. They're already reducing a lot. Why I start with the mushroom, by the way, is simply because, like I said, I just have two stoves. So normal, if you want to make it optimized, you're cooking this while heating the water and starting to cook the pasta. Like you can, like really, you can make the sauce and everything at the same time. Now this is going to be really quick, and it will grill it quite a lot. So because I put a lot of garlic, can put the bacon after. If I had just a little bit of garlic, or wanted it less, I could cook the ham first, and once it is crispy, add the garlic. Like this way will mostly make it. It will cook the garlic like more crisp, like a little bit like grilled, and it's just a different way. Both I think I like have pro and con. There is no wrong way, in my opinion. It's just a question of flavor. I'm going to make it a little bit stronger, 800 watt. So we have the bacon, we have the garlic, and I'm going to toss it. So until it is a bit brownish. I want the bacon mostly to be grilled. And once it is grilled, we'll add the tomato. I didn't mention salt and so on, but like if I mention every single ingredient, I'm pretty sure it's fine. I did add some olive oil, by the way, because my bacon is like rather, it's not very fatty. If it is very fatty, you don't even need to add oil. Like if you take like guanciale or something like that, definitely don't need to put oil. Good, the mushrooms are actually looking pretty good. Here are my mushrooms. I think they're good. I want to keep a little bit of texture, so I'm going to try one. Yeah, you can still taste it, like slight little bit of crunch. It will finish, it will cook a little bit more there. Perfectly fine. So, time to cook, put the water for the pasta. I think I will need to turn on the stove, the fan at least a little bit. It's getting very moist. There we go. Salt, obviously, like about a spoon. I will avoid it at the beginning, but this should serve about 3 to 4 people. I think I'll put that a bit stronger, even like 1000 watt. It's a bit weak. Need to get this going rather quickly. Good, so the pasta. Given that we're cooking about for 4, I would say something like 300 grams of pasta. Those are Orecchiette, I quite like them, but traditionally you would make it with penne. So there, putting like 320 grams. Those will take 12 minutes. I'm going to put 11 minutes because I'm going to finish kind of the cooking in the pan. Good, this is actually getting quite strong. Okay, no, it's still fine. Still fine. Still needs some more cooking. Let me show you. If you're there, still cook it. You want it more crispy. Let's raise that heat to the maximum. I have tomato ready. I will prepare like a little bit of condensed tomato. This is just to give a little bit of more oomph of different depths of tomato. You will not taste a lot, honestly. If you don't have that, don't panic. That's why I didn't even put it at the beginning. We're not making a very delicate tomato sauce. We're making something like a strong dish. Still want a good canned tomato. I mean, I'm not sponsored, but like Mutti is one of the good ones. Yeah, so this is boiling. In we go. Yes, I'm closing right now until it's fully boiling again, and I will even mix it, stir it a little bit, especially those because they will tend to stick together, those little heads, like one into another one, so you really need to make them separate. Once it is boiling in a few seconds, I will reduce and open it. Now I need to make this stronger so that I can follow with the sauce. I'm putting it at 1500 watts. That's really strong, actually. Good. Now this is boiling. Yeah, reducing a lot. Yes, it is very strong. Good. Now it's looking a bit more crispy. Adding a little bit of tomato condensed. Adding my normal tomato. You can hear from the sound, it's like, I'm sure you hear some of the sound here. I don't want to waste any, so I'm adding a drop of water in the can. There we go. Tossing. I'm adding salt. Not a lot because the bacon is already salty. So something like a 1/4 teaspoon. If you have, honestly it's a little bit cheating, but you can add a little bit of sugar. Here's fructose. I would say like also 1/4 teaspoon, especially if people don't want something like sweet chili slightly. It's not really sweet chili, like a 1/4 teaspoon you will barely taste it. But it will just make it slightly, it's cheating. And an 1/8 teaspoon of monosodium. If you have issue with monosodium, don't put it. But check out some other great YouTuber video around monosodium. It's not as bad. It's really not as bad. And I think it can even help you to reduce salt amounts, so it can really improve. Here, stirring everything. So I have about 8 minutes left on the sauce. In the wok, it will really reduce quickly. If you have a saucepan, I should say, like, it will take some more time, reducing to 800 watt. Else it would put sauce everywhere. My wife would not be happy. Good, the basil. This is pandemic basil. It's like the basil. I just put it together and I will make chiffonade. How did I forget that? For a moment I forgot the name. Good. So the principle of the chiffonade is that you roll it. Here I don't have a nice leaf. Normally you have a nice big leaf that you can roll everything delicately inside. If you press it, it's going to be on the chopping board. I don't want it on the chopping board. So I press it lightly, and once it is rolled, I just put my knife so that I can have smaller. Those are the hard stems. I don't need that. It will go at the end, like not now. Stirring again a bit the pasta, making sure they're not glued anywhere. This goes perfectly fine with red wine. If you're thinking of a wine like that, I get a southern wine like a Côte du Rhône. This is one of my favorite anyway. But like, I would go like for something crafty. Bordeaux is way too light for that. And actually, we're pretty much ready. This we'll put on the dish. I can prepare it during that time. Although what I do is I'm going to preheat the plates. So I will have one extra, this will make one extra that I will keep separate, like for tomorrow basically. But once this hits like around 3 minutes left, I will start preheating the plates so that the dish doesn't get cold. During that time, it's also a great time to start setting up the table. There we go. All clean up, like tidy up, wash dishes and so on. And given that I have time, grate the cheese. I was to grate it over the table, and I was to put pieces of cheese all over the place. So this is just cheese grater. Yeah, exciting stuff, right? So quantity totally up to taste. I will have some people that don't like it too spicy. It is going to be spicy, by the way, with 7 chilies, but I will make it more mild by the sugar, by the cheese. Both are like 2 ways that make it more mild on the tongue in different ways. Right. The oil like dissolves it a bit. Like this is also fatty, and the sweetness. It just makes it really, really different. Okay, this is how it looks around. So you saw it reduced a lot. You see the chilies also on top. Counted them, 7. Remember that number, because now we need to find the 7 chilies. Before that, I will start heating the plates. There. Now it's about time to just taste a bit and heat and remove the chilies if it's spicy enough. Yeah, awesome. That's going to be delicious. 1, 2, 3. You can put a net. I never did. I never wanted to have like something that I need to throw away every time or something, and something that I cook that I don't eat, like not eatable, but it makes things a lot easier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now the last ones are always a bit harder. If you didn't grill them, not only the flavor is bad, but then it will be much harder to find red on red. This is finding pretty much black on red. 6, and I had 7, and there's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're coming with me, and away with you. This plate is warm. Next plate. About 3 minutes left. This finishes cooking. Let's prepare a glass of wine. Relax. Like I said, it can go really quickly. Like if you have 3 or however you want to cook, like you can cook that basically by the time you put the water to boil. And the shortest time it takes you to boil the water and cook the pasta, that's the time it takes you to realize this whole dish if you want. If of course you have things a bit set up. Obviously, vaqueras, coturon, like, reggiano. There we go. I'm going to reduce that. It is really getting like, this is the consistency I want. I don't want it more, I don't want it less, so I can stop it. The mushroom, I will add them a bit later. Just simply because I think it is nicer to have a little bit of separation between them. I don't want a stew where everything is blended together. Back in the fridge. I could tidy this up, except that I need my knife to basically bring it, take it off cleanly. But as I said, washing. I can put the mushroom on the plate so that we can wash the plate, so that you have less wasted time after. You want things efficient, especially like right now, yes, there's a bit more time, which is why I'm making this video, by the way, because normal time I cannot make this video, but you don't want during normal time, you really have a short time if you have like family or you're like coming home and need to cook either for yourself or for your family. So I will have more dishes that are easy, quick to make, like still delicious, but like you want something that is quick to make. In most cases, I will have also dishes that are long to make. Even it's probably one of the first videos that I will release with this format. Let me know how it is. Am I going too fast? Am I going too slow? More of that, more of this. But cheers to you watching this. If you're outside of the pandemic, I'll see you at that time. My future me will see you at the time. If you are still in it, well, let's make the best of it. That's nice. Good, that's warm. That's hot, hot. One more stir and it's going to be ready. There we are. Good. I'm going to put a little bit of this, let me put it the other side so I can see, a little bit of the sauce inside. All the pasta. Putting a little bit of water in the pan, simply so, in the casserole, so that it's not too hot. Increasing the heat, like at around 1800 watt, almost 2000 watt. It's really strong, and tossing them over, not too fast, else you're going to put sauce everywhere. But I want the sauce to impregnate the outside of the pasta, and that should be it. There we go. Now that we have done this, let's add the basil. If you don't have it, again, totally fine. That's perfectly fine. It will be a bit different, and I'm going to keep a little bit for topping the dish at the end. I have a better olive oil that I'm going to add, yes, cold at the end, so that it just keeps the flavor. It will give flavor a lot because it is a strong olive oil. It's a Sicilian one. Extremely hard to find, honestly. We have like one we can find in some shops in France, and a Sicilian that we could only find in Italy so far. So olive oil is really a question of can you find in many cases. Completely forgot the mushrooms. Talking to you like that, completely forgot the mushrooms. Whoa, that was noisy. Sorry for your ears. Hell. Okay, now we have everything nicely tossed. We'll show you in the plate. That will look much better than that. Okay. So here we put in the plate. Wow. It's going to be a slightly smaller plate. 1, 2, 3, and there will be some for tomorrow, like I said. 2. Knife will go for washing. 3. I will add the cheese a bit first on top there. Actually, I have cheese for the third dish, simply because I forgot. So I'll put more on the people. Let me see, this dish for the person here that will like less spicy. For the style, a little bit of green. And generally you want to have some black pepper. Again, it's up to taste. Yeah, this person will like. And here is the sauce there. Here is the end shot, which you probably will get also at the beginning of the video. As arrabbiata sauce. Normally you would make it with penne. This is not penne, this is orecchiette all'arrabbiata. Am I Italian? No, I'm French. South of France. Still have dishes that are a bit more like Italian, but I make a lot of Italian dishes. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy this while it is hot. Call everyone to have dinner, and I wish that it is ready for you as well. So I wish you a good dinner. Tell me next time. Subscribe. Let me know how it's going. I try to make this format because it's pretty much the only format that I think I will have time to do, because if I need some more nicer cutting and so on, it would be pretty difficult. But if you cannot say something, let me know all that. I want to hear from you. I hope it is useful. See you next time. Bye bye.